the first part of this is it's a little bit of hurry up and wait because I'm gonna solo the first part, the Abyss. And actually we'll be just dropping down myself. The rest of you guys can just wait up at the top, and once I get through it, then yeah, exactly, just dance. Once I get through it, then it'll pull you through. So the real action is going to begin, of course, on the bridge part. We have to do that. I assume most of us know how to do the bridge. It's probably been a while, but you know, we can review we can review all that once we get there.
I'm a little embarrassed I paid money for those glasses.
Which one?
The second dance that I associate with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. Oh, see, I'm not the only one.
The enthusiastic dance.
I think it's the energy. Is it energetic?
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. It's too bad I missed out on the first one. I should have put the cards in. God, I can tell the other two up here are so jealous. So I read the blog writing from this, but I didn't know what the Titan state referred to.
It's just sort of a way to time your jump with the Titan so that you kind of like boost along faster than you could just run. I'll have to go back and read that. I don't remember the context for mentioning Titan skating.
Oh, it was in the corridor with the two shriekers. So you start up towards the end after you pop the second one.
Oh, right.
I'll mess with it now.
The last several runs, I've just been running to the end myself as a lowly hunter.
I have a buddy that I've been playing various games, a lot of MMOs with for, as long as they've been around. And one of the old jokes, we'd always pick different races, like a variety. They'd always try to lie and say that we're faster. Like that was the big racial bonus. Stuff. If I can actually make my Titan run faster than these guys in this game,
yeah. All right, just waiting for the bridge to build. Ogre's down. So, for the bridge building portion, the next fight, we basically need two groups of three. The first group, of course, is going to cross and then start building the bridge on the opposite side. I always go first, just to sort of cross first and get into position. And then the second or third person to cross, I tend to prefer having a Warlock or a Titan for that role, preferably a Defender Titan, because the person in the middle plate on the opposite keeper management. And that gatekeeper likes to come up and mess with the center plate person, and so if they can jump over him out of his reach, that's one way to deal with it. Another is just to bubble up and blind him.
I happen to be a Defender Titan.
Okay, awesome. Alright, get ready. Inner Ghost may say Guardian down here, but that's a false alarm. Well, it's basically, whoever wants to go in whatever order, but I like I said, I tend to go first. And then let's just have the second person be the Defender Titan. And then whoever wants to go third, just, I guess, be on the totem on the right. The Defender Titan will be guarding the plate on the opposite side, so they can start on the plate on this side. I try to keep the plates the same assignment, pretty much. For who's crossing and then taking position on the opposite side. So the fourth person to cross can start off on the left over here with the left totem with me. Because the fourth person, once they cross, they're going to be taking that plate on the opposite side, sort of giving me help because there's more stuff on that side initially. Cool. The fifth person would be on the right plate initially, along with the third person. Okay, and then whoever is sixth just needs to be aware that they're going to have to be on this side by themselves, and just need to be a little more sure of themselves as far as like taking down the Sword Knight for crossing. Okay. That's great. Yeah, if you are new, I mean, do you mean new to this raid? I mean, have you ever done the raid before? Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. It's not the first time that I've helped somebody get flawless, and it's just been their first or second time through. Knowing that, that's helpful because I need to explain in more detail what this part, what we're doing here. Basically, we've got a bridge that we need to cross, but the problem is there's no bridge there. You can see those little flames in the center. We need to build a bridge, and in order to do that, we have to stand on these plates. The center plate is the one that will sort of kickstart the bridge building, but then there has to be people at these other plates, these totems, as they're called, because if there aren't people on each of those totems at the same time, there's someone on that center plate, then it'll basically just kill everybody. So there's a little bit of the game is just trying to distribute, the fire team, across these 3 spots. And at the same time, it's going to be sending out waves of ads, that you have to kill while you're waiting for the bridge to build. Now, the second objective, once the bridge is built, you can't cross the bridge by yourself, or without having a hive sword in your hands. Okay. Fortunately, a sword knight is going to be coming out of this door over here, and we'll be carrying one of those swords. So when he comes out, we just need to kill him, and then the next person in line to cross needs to pick up that sword, and needs to pick it up pretty soon after he goes down. So just know your sequence, and be ready to pick up the sword once it is available. But basically, you pick it up, and then you cross, and then on the opposite side, there's this thing called a gatekeeper, which is another hive knight, but he's green instead of red, and he's also invincible, except for the sword. You can kill him with the sword, and so basically you just run up to him, and then you hit the trigger button, the R2 button, a couple of times, and he goes down. So that's the basic progression. Every time someone crosses, and there's still someone standing on that center plate, another sword knight is eventually going to come out, and then you kill him, and the second person crosses, and then you repeat and do that again for the third person. Once the third person is across, the 3 people that remain on this side should just get off of their plates immediately, and the person in the center should get off first, because again, if the people on the totems leave and the center person stays around too long, that can kill everybody. So the center person should always be the first to leave whenever they're leaving. And the center person should always be on the opposite side, should be the first, or should be the last to step onto the center plate when taking a plate. Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah, because the totems themselves are sort of the safeties. So back to the transition. There's an inflection point. Once the first 3 are across, then there's an arrangement of these plates identical to these on the opposite side. So we get 3 people across, and then the 3 people over here can leave their plates and just come up to where we're standing now, to the top of the stairs, basically just hang out, because there is still going to be a bunch of ads on this side, and you want to kind of be in a safer spot, while you wait a little while for the bridge to be built by the far side team. Okay, once the bridge is finished building, and you've got a pretty clear view of it here, and it'll also say bridge is fully formed on your little status area. once the bridge is fully formed, then the fifth person, or sorry, the fourth person can prepare to cross. You take down the sword knight, pick up the sword, and cross. And the fourth person will join on the left-hand totem on the opposite side. The fifth person to cross will join the right-hand totem on the opposite side. And then once the sixth person crosses, I think that was Waffles offering. Once the last person is across and kills the gatekeeper, then we can all get off of our respective plates and then go over to the right-hand side of the map. And then once we're on the right-hand side, we basically just kill ads and try to keep safe. If we have another Titan bubble, that's great to use that there. If things are getting dicey, but we mainly want to kill 2 ogres that eventually come out. There's going to be one that comes out from the back of this area, and then there's going to be another one that's going to come from the opposite side. And you can snipe them, or you can use machine guns, or you can tether them, or just whatever you need to do. All these enemies go down pretty quick because we're fairly overpowered for this raid. But we just need to be careful. And to that point, I pretty much rule out using rockets for the entirety of this raid up until Crota himself. So just for safety for yourself, you shouldn't use rockets until the end. Brad is going to go first, and who is the Titan offering to go second?
Hey, it's Rumdog.
Okay, Rumdog. Okay, and then third.
The video you guys hid behind the little pillars. Is that what I'm doing when I get up?
Yeah, the first and second person, Brad is going to go over and crouch right there at that pillar and just hang out there. The second person that crosses can just crouch on the other side. That just sort of keeps you out of range of fire, from the ads that are over there. And then once the third person is across and kills the gatekeeper, then number 1 and number 3 will go to the totems on left and right, and then Rumdog will be in the center plate.
Sounds good.
Okay. So who is number 3? Did we add?
Can be number 3.
Okay. Sounds good. And I wouldn't stand up there, D-Strike. Just for safety's sake.
I'll start.
Well, I mentioned that specifically because on a prior Flawless run, my son was playing around up there while I was explaining. He literally got stuck in it. He could not jump out of it. Yeah, I don't know how he managed to get wedged, but we had to reset.
Yeah, because I know when you start us up on the middle, then it starts opening up and issues in the air and stuff. But, yeah.
Don't mess with totems, man. Okay, so Brad, Rumdog, D-Strike, number 4 is going to be GT. Okay, so GT, you're going to be on the left totem initially with me. Okay. All right. Trip Sync, you're going to be number 5, and let's just put you over with D-Strike. All right, and then Waffles, you can help out in the center plate. Okay. All right. Well, let's start her up and see how things go. I'm on the left totem, and we've got people on the right totem, I think.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we're here.
All right. So when I leave my totem, for instance, GT needs to make sure that he's on his. So Trip Sync, when D-Strike leaves his, you need to stay at your totem and just keep killing ads until that third person is across. Once they're across, we'll let you know, and you guys can all leave. Waffle should leave first when that happens, and then the others can leave to go to the top of the stairs, right, and hang out. Okay. Any other questions? All right. When you guys are ready, Rum Dog and Waffles, take that plate and we'll start her up. And just keep an eye on the Sword Knight. He's coming down. He's going to the right. Where do you guys? I'm gonna head over that way. GT, okay?
Almost
Okay.
dead.
Alright. I'm coming over to get it. Alright, picking up. It's okay. Alright, I'm across. See the gatekeeper. Okay, he's down. And I'm getting into position. Okay, Sword Knight's coming out. Hey, Rum Dog, be ready.
Yep.
Cool.
Going for it.
Alright. The gatekeeper is coming over toward me. And just trigger twice on him. Right there, right there. He's over here. Okay. And just go over to that other platform. Okay. It's hell at night. Okay. Alright.
Yep, D-Strike's going for it.
Okay. So far, so good. Alright, D-Strike is across. Waffles, you can get off. Okay, Brad's going over to the left totem. D-Strike, okay, you're on the right.
There.
Okay.
Did you get in the center?
Yep, you are. Yep, everybody should be up at the top now. Awesome.
Yeah,
just
still the red light.
well, just 1 second. The bridge is almost ready. Okay. Yep, it's good. So you can take him out. And GT. Okay.
Any reason I wouldn't pop my bubble the second I see the gatekeeper?
You can jump over his head. I mean, you can just jump out of his reach. Yep.
Alright, let's see how that goes.
I mean, if he's really hurting you, then you can bubble him, but... Okay. Awesome. Nice to have company, GT. Okay, okay, Trip Sync, you can take out the Sword Knight as soon as... Yep. Yeah, don't let... Yeah. Okay, it's down. You can pick up now. Nice. Yeah, he's right in the center. Yeah, just hit him with that sword a couple of times and going over to the right side. Join D-Strike.
Welcome to the party.
Those orbs and ammo boxes, something you stuff out.
Should be ready. The Sword Knight is, yeah, he's down below. Awesome. Oh. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Yeah, just... Okay, Gatekeeper's right in the middle. Okay, we're all across. We can get off the center plate now. And come over to the right side, everybody over this way. Follow me. The ogre's going to come out on this side first, or we'll see him first because we're over here. Just don't go too far back, D-Strike, because there's a weird thing where it can actually trigger the totems. So just let the ogre come out to us. Just watch the curse thrall here. Okay, there's one. Okay, he's down. The other one should be coming out. I see him. Okay, he's down. Alright, that's it. Cool. So for the next part, just hang on 1 second. I'm gonna switch over to Sleeper. I'm gonna go in first and take out the first Shrieker, and everybody else can just sort of hang back a little bit, so these Death Blasts don't. Okay, that one's down. Wait, let's just let this clear. Okay. Alright, so you guys can come in now and just sort of give me a little suppressing fire on these guys. I'm going to take out the next one. Okay, it's down. Alright, let's back up a little bit. Let those clear. Yeah, don't... Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna run to the end now. That should, Okay. Alright, when you guys fall down here, just break your fall a little bit. Don't hit the water full force. And don't shoot anything once you come down here, because that can start the encounter. So for this next part, I'm going to be going on the left-hand side, and running in to draw out the wizard. let me back up a little bit because TripSync may not have seen this part. Excuse me. So TripSync, we have one main boss that we need to kill right above our heads here, and that's the special wizard that is sort of hanging around where that crystal is sticking down from the ceiling. In order to get to her, though, there are a couple of things we have to do. On the entrances on both sides of the hallway above us, there's a wizard that we have to kill from both sides, and there's also a shrieker like the ones that we just took out. There's a shrieker on both sides. Until those are both killed, you can't actually enter the crystal chamber to kill this third wizard called Iryut. So the first thing that we do on each side is to have a runner go in and just sort of peek into the room and then come back out to draw out one of those wizards on each side. Once the wizard is down, then we'll go back inside and take out a shrieker, and I would really recommend Sleeper for that, Sleeper Simulant. Whoever is doing that, it's basically just one shot. Once the shrieker is down on both sides, of course you have to sort of exit that room just to let those death blasts clear again. But once the shrieker is down on both sides, then we can all go back in, and we're going to be going in on the right. And when I say right, I actually mean right where I'm standing now. It's a little confusing because when we go out, we're going to be looking inward, and it's going to look like it's left. But anytime I say left and right, it's from this vantage point, looking toward the crystal right here. So Brad is going to be on the left-hand side, and I typically we break into 2 groups of 3 here. So 2 people following me, and then 2 people following the runner for the right-hand side. Now, the people that follow the runner, they don't follow them into the crystal chamber. Instead, they go into sort of a boomer tower. We call it that because in the Crota fight there are going to be some boomer knights that take up those positions. Excuse me. All this talking, it's making my throat a little dry. But it's easier if you just follow the other person that knows where that is. Might have to go up some stairs and jump over to get to it, but basically you go to that tower, and then from there you can more safely kill the wizard that comes out of the crystal hall, and then at least for the people on the left-hand side, once that wizard is down, you can immediately go over to where the right-hand side group is, to their tower, because your main job is done for the left-hand side. And then the people on the right basically just take down the wizard, go back in, take out the shrieker, come back out, wait for the death blast to clear, and then we'll all go in on the right-hand side and put up a defender bubble, to help keep our shields strong. We'll basically clear a number of the ads that are in that room, just because we'll have time to do that, and then we'll take out our Ute, and that won't be that difficult either. Machine guns are great. Sleeper is great. With Sleeper you can take her down on like 2 shots. But if you wanted to tether her, that also works really well. To help keep her still. So, any questions? Okay. Yeah, sure. So, who's going to be running in on the right-hand side? Are you going to be going back in to take down the Shrieker? Okay. Yeah, because I mean, if you basically just run in and you know, for that matter, you could put up your bubble as long as you're safely outside your bubble when you use Sleeper. All right.
I'd like to be a right side follower if I could. I've done it before, so I know it. Seems like a safer thing at this point.
Yeah, just follow him up there, and basically we're just going to be using a sniper on the wizard that comes out, and then once the death blast clear from the Shrieker, then we'll all go back in and just start wrecking stuff, because these are all fairly easy enemies to kill. Within the hall, though, there are going to be some initial ads in there. There are ads that still keep coming in occasionally from the doors that are in that room. Just be aware of that. You know, you might clear a specific area, then you know you've got your back to it because you think it's clear, but there are going to be more eventually that come in. Typically a thrall or acolytes or stuff like that. All right, I'm ready if you guys are. So let's see. Okay, Tripsync, were you gonna follow GT? Okay, and then Waffles, you're leading. You're leading on the right, right?
That's a lot on the right.
Yeah, don't. When we run out here, don't engage with anything until you get to the tower. There's no reason to kill anything except for the wizards, and then after the wizards, from going in from the from that right-hand side tower, we'll just kill stuff in the hallway. After Iryu is dead, then we're just going to clear the whole area. Of course, we can't wipe. All right. Well, I think I'm ready.
So we got 4 on the right. Is that the...
I think Rumdog, you can come with me. Waffles and GT and Tripsync are going on the right.
I initially asked to be on the right. Hey,
oh, you did? Oh, okay. All right.
Other guys are confusing.
Okay. All right, well, let's go. Okay, the wizard is out. Okay, she's down. Alright, so you guys can go on over to the other side. I'm going to take out the...
About that jump.
Shrieker is down on the left side. Okay, so just watch yourself with regards to the death blasts. Alright. Okay. And if we've got a Titan bubble.
Titan bubble inside?
Yeah.
What we got? Got some in the back.
Your ads. There are more knights that come in through the doorways here. We're mainly going after the ones with the guns. Awesome. Alright, well let's just continue to clear because we gotta... And just look at all those orbs. Alright, that's it.
Is the rocket down?
Yeah, you can switch to rockets. Yeah. Right. But don't worry, I'm not setting foot in that room until until we do that. Yeah, so the next part is Crota. Basically, we're going to be running the middle strategy for you guys that are familiar with that. So for GripSync, if you want to follow me, well, the first thing that we do, we're going to basically huddle around the crystal that's there. Once we do that, the encounter will start. The glass will go up, and a ton of ads will stream into both sides of the room, but they're really easy to kill. We basically just clear them out, and then once they're clear, we all group up over here by this door. Now, it's important for you guys not to go out of this room ahead of me, because that's going to trigger the timers that follow. So Brad will say, okay, I'm ready, and then we'll go out with me first. I'm going to go out and pick up the thing that shows up down here, which is called the Crystal Chalice, or the Chalice. Basically, it's a thing that will give you health back, because in the part that comes next, when Crota is around, you don't have any health recovery. Okay, so if you find yourself low on health, it's best to use either a helm that will give health when you pick up an orb. Unfortunately, we have a ton of orbs lying around. The other way to do it is to use a gun with life support and kill an ad. You know, when you hold that, or Red Death. Yeah, like Rundog has here. Thank you for the visual aid. So basically just stay healthy, because you don't get health back unless you've got some perk that gives it back. Now when we come out, the first thing that you guys need to do is to come over here to this ledge and sort of spread yourself out on this ledge. Once you have sort of taken up positions, you need to kill the sword knight that comes out. It's another one of those sword-bearing knights. He's going to come out of that door down there, and people will be calling out which direction he's heading, or where he might be. Snipers are really good, from this distance, and or even primary fire. It's actually, again, they're really easy to kill. Once he's dead, I'm going to go run and pick up the sword, and then make my way over to the right-hand side of the platform, to the right of Crota. Once he's dead, you guys could also pick off the boomer knights that are going to be on that tower on that right side, just to make sure that they're not hitting me. Haven't really had a problem with them on a normal mode in a long time, but might as well be cautious. So after I'm in position, I'm going to say rockets ready, and I'm going to count down. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, fire. And once I say fire, of course you would fire your rocket at Crota. Tracking rockets work really well. Or if you don't have a tracking rocket, then you try to shoot at his feet. But as long as we've got 2 or 3 people with tracking rocket, I'm not really worried about doing enough damage to get him on his knee. I'm going to do 3 swings on him, and then we'll blink strike him to go invis, and then call for another volley of rockets. Hit him again, and 3 more strikes with the sword, and he'll go down. Now, if for some reason I get to the platform late, or I misjump, or whatever, and I'm not able to get 3 strikes in on the first, or this, if I just can't take him out in one sword, then I'll say, okay, second sword, or some of that effect. If I have to leave the platform, then that basically means all of you need to also leave your position and go back into the Crystal Hall, and then we wait for Crota to rotate and go back into position for another attack. Trying to think if I'm missing anything. I can't think of anything offhand. Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, once I pick up the sword, basically, you need to be standing still and make sure you've got a clear line of sight to fire if you're firing rockets. Since that's, we are our worst enemy here. I have to caution people against using grenades that can do self-harm and stuff like that, because really, you're your worst enemy with those things. Okay. Any other questions or anything before we start? Okay. All right. Well, let's huddle up and.
Well, I want to see. What is that? Say it again? Okay, cool.
If you fall down, yeah, that's a good point. If we do have to come back into the Crystal Hall for a second sword run, just be aware that there are going to be boomers on the left tower as well as the right tower. It's if you need to use a Titan bubble or something like that to raise your health or to keep like that entrance could be bubbled on going back in, just to make sure they're not pummeling everybody. coming back in. Alright, I think that's all I've got. I'm ready if you guys are. Okay. Still. Alright. Okay, well let's group up on the left. Do we have any more ads in here? Sounds like I hear... I don't know. Maybe they're behind the doorway over there.
Looks pretty empty.
Yeah. Alright. Okay, I'm ready to go if you guys are.
Yeah.
And you guys have rockets and they're loaded and stuff. Okay, alright, headed out. We've got the chalice. Staggering him. Okay, he's down. Okay, rocket's ready. I'm going for it. Okay. 3, 2, 1, fire. Okay, 3, 2, 1, fire. That's it. It still makes my heart pound.